My best memory was the day I was announced as the senior girl of Mayflower Senior School.
The most horrible hostel experience I've had is the day I was part of 17 boys and 3 girls. I was not actually part, but it happened unexpectedly. That day we were in the class for afternoon lesson. So somebody said something, but didn't meant it that way. The teacher that was in our class, the teacher was like, who said something negative about her? So the teacher went to call our hostel warden. So that evening, we were punished. Our hostel master, Mr. Okoyo, when he came back from where he went to, so the teacher reported us to him. So he beat us up mercilessly, but he was like supposed to do that type of thing. He said he was not actually meant to punish us, but because of our teacher, so she will not feel somehow. That's why he did what he was.
This memory was about the argument between me and my ASP.
My worst memory in Mayflower was when I was in SS2. There was a case that happened between we and the SP girl. So actually, I was part, but because I was the SP, the case was prolonged, self-punishment. Some students poured water on the SP girl's bed. So because I was part, the hostel matron thought I was the one that did it. Because on a future day before, me and the SP girl were not in good terms. So they thought I was the one that did it, but I was not the one that did it. So I got to self-punishment on what I did not do.
My best memory of Mayflower was the day I was announced as the assistant senior prefect boy.
My best experience in Mayflower School has to be the time when I was announced as the best student of the school. I actually worked hard, and many of my friends were the competition I had to go up against. My friends like Jarokib, Akinyera Tijani, they actually put that fire in me to keep on reading. If I'm feeling tired, I'll ask myself, what are these guys doing? Will I rather sleep here or take my book and start reading? And that's what really pushed me to keep on reading and solving and asking teachers questions. And I'm really glad the day that I was announced, because I felt like my hard work has finally been put to use. In junior school, I actually struggled because there was this guy, Adedeji Mohammed. He was just too good. And I actually looked at him as a role model. Unfortunately, he's no longer here with us. Not that he's dead, he's actually in another school. So I would really be happy to see him once again, because he'll be proud. We're very close friends. And I told him that one day I'll be the best student. And he was really happy when I said that, because we actually worked hand in hand together to improve ourselves. And I'm really glad once again that I was announced as the best student. As for my worst day in Mayflower School, it has to be the time when I was called up to speak in front of the whole school. Back then it was my English teacher, Mrs. Olainka. We call her Mrs. or Miss Love as a nickname. She called me up to speak in front of the whole school because she was preparing me to be a debater for the school. I actually felt a lot of struggles. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not really the type of person that speaks out loud, but she brought out that spirit in me to keep speaking, that all these eyes are just, they can't do anything to you. They're just there as viewers. What really matters is what you have to say and what you prepared for. That's what I kept in my mind. Fast forward to today, in my own eyes, maybe in the eyes of our local governments, I'm part of the best, if not the best debater in the community. I'm really glad for that. Though it was my worst experience, my worst memory that caused it, I'm really glad that I could build up on it to become someone great for the school.
Best memory in Mayflower was the day I was announced as the senior prefect boy. I felt that as if I was dreaming.
You know, so it was making noise, you know, it was so animated. His mates kept coming. Kilo shele, kilo she. When they get there, he points to the dump and I swept, you know, and they are looking at it and they all say, you want no kilo now, kilo de, oh nisuru, kilo she. They would leave. The guy kept beating me, you know, he was, you know, torturing me. Then the warden came and said, Kilo Day, what's going on there? Then I went back to the hostel and someone knocked courage to go to one of the seniors that came around when the drama was happening. And I said, me, that senior, what no me go and so for me, so the guy laughed. But you are coming of age, you are coming of age. Oh, Rigbori, right? Oh, Rigbori, right? What do you mean? He said, okay. He didn't shake body.
So my worst memory in Mayflower was when we were in GS3. After our valedictory service program, we went to a nearby hotel. We went to play, swim, and when we came back, 10 of us went. Only 9 came back. So we had to start looking for one. And after we saw him, we went to the hostel. On getting to the hostel, we met punishment. They beat us as if we are going to die that day.
It was a moment in Mayflower. Sincerely, I can't, you know how it is, when you're being taught practical things, you don't appreciate it then, so I think I had a lot of very, I would say not very pleasant moments in Mayflower. Then we didn't appreciate a lot of things that we were being taught. We didn't appreciate the fact that the food were not excellent just because Taishilani didn't want us. He didn't believe in people. He didn't believe in certain luxuries of life. And we used to wonder that despite everything that our parents are paying, how come we can't even get, some nice food and all those stuff.
Best memory is just 2 days ago. My best memory was the day I was announced as the best student overall female. Like, I never expected it. But I was called upon, Ogunbono goodness. It was shocking, but I had to embrace myself.
My best memory in Mayflower was the day I was announced as the National Preferred Girl.
So this particular day, we were in the physics laboratory. For everybody who knows where the physics lab is in Mayflower, there is a palm plantation right behind it. And then I saw this young junior started walking into the palm plantation. Physics was boring, right? It was practical. So I took a keen understanding of what the boy was trying to do. So he crept to the back of one of the palm and then took down his pants and did number 2. I was so happy. Immediately I saw him take down his pants and try to go on a squat. I went to the teacher and said I wanted to go out and ease myself. So I came out and I went after him. I got to the place and I saw him doing his thing. I said, hey, of course, the boy took his nails and started to beg. I'm sorry, sir. I was very impressed. But the toilet jet, money, for me. So I was that mean, the boy, looked for a couple of palm and packed up what he did. And, he was trying to go and trash it. And when he finished, he came back and I said, he was a day student, so he had his transport fare. So I obtained the boy. We used to call it obtaining at that time. I obtained him and I went back to class. It was a good day. I got some more pocket money. It was his punishment for what he did anyway. Apparently, the boy goes back to class, begins to cry that he's going to have to walk home. And one of his friends said, and he said, no, you're down, I'll obtain it. You can report. For whatever reason, the boy goes with him to go and report. So this boy had the effrontery to tell a teacher that he actually went to take a dump at the back of the laboratory. And the teacher didn't do anything about that, but said, SS3 boy, telling me. And he went to the principal's office. Incredible. I couldn't imagine it. They gave me call from the principal's office. And that was how my suspension letter was typed. I was supposed to be suspended. But is school now. I said, no, you're a thief. You started to obtain. Got guard boys, guard boy over here. And then I remembered that I had to go home with my suspension letter. So at that time, when we get suspended, you take your suspension letter and you go and find accommodation in town, because there's no way I'm taking that suspension letter to my parents. So I sent out my suspension. I didn't go home and I came back to school suspended. Fast forward, midterm, I go home. I was in the kitchen with my mom, all of us, my siblings and I, 4 of us were at home trying to make food. It was midterm, everybody was coming from different boarding schools. And I said I wanted to gist, you know. And for whatever stupid me, I gisted about what happened to me and how I got suspended. And my mom went berserk.
So you pick it up from... I think my generation enjoyed the best, and I will tell you why. Just the way a father would be very hard on maybe the first child, Tai was particularly very hard, you know, on the earlier generation. By the time I came into Mayflower, Mayflower was already I think about 30 years, you know, yeah. No, Mayflower was about 25 years already. So by then, Tai was already living his dream. You know, I think he had, you know, calmed down a bit. And I think my generation, you know, got the best of him, you know. So we started our educational pursuit, our educational journey. We started it with him and we ended it with him. It was, you know, it was the only administrator that we knew, and I think he gave us the best of himself. You know, so I think my generation, and when I say my generation, I mean people that passed through the school in the 70s and the 80s. Unfortunately, the current generation of inmates and you know, some ex-mates, they experience Tai Solarin. There is no way you can separate the visionaire from the vision. You understand? He knew the vision, he had the vision, he executed the vision to precision. You know, so there's no way any other person can deliver that vision the way Tai Solarin delivered it. So if you didn't experience Tai Solarin, I think it's a minus for you. You know, but we old students are trying as much as possible, you know, to support the school, to support the government, to support the Old Student Association, you know, by ensuring that these younger students, you know, will not lack in character. So we have some programs that we put together.
When we talk about bullying, when I was in GS1, seniors do send us message, all sort of that. So when we go and report, they'll be like, don't worry, you get to be a senior one day. You get to be a senior one day. If you offend senior, they'll be like, you should lie down flat. You'll sleep under their bunk while they'll be on the bed. They'll be gisting, you'll be under the bunk. You'll be under the bunk where there's water. All sorts. Where senior will do some rubbish, they will ask you that I don't want to do it. You don't have any choice than to accept. They'll send you a message, they will not give you money, they'll still ask you to bring change. On the message that they will not give you money. So bullying then is more, there's no bullying, but now you cannot do like that. If you send junior message, if they could not answer, if the answer is still is going,